Good morning, students. Today's topic is principles of landscaping. The importance of landscaping is now realized by everyone in the world. The gardens serve the purpose of public recreation by refreshing the body and the mind. They are virtually a retreat for the public from harsh strains and stresses of public life. Landscaping is done with a view to create a natural scene by planting of lawn, trees, and shrubs. It is the limitation of nature in the garden and improves the total living environment of the people. We live in a vast planet which is characterized by different types of landscaping depending upon prevailing geographical and agroclimatic conditions. There are mountains, hills, glens, valleys, seas, rivers, forests, plains, deserts, lakes, swamps, streams, etc., which comprise major part of natural landscape. Man has copied the natural elements for improving landscape around him and converted certain areas in the form of garden for his own pleasure. The basic principles of landscaping are: before discussing the basic principles, we should know about certain points, and these are: background. The background in a garden, whether a wall, trees, tall trees, or hedge, should be neutral in nature. That is to say, this should not become a distracting feature over the main features of the garden. Second one is contrast. The design should be such that it should break monotony. To achieve this, a variation in form, texture, or color has to be brought in. We generally use for developing context. Various types of plants are available in the nature, so we should select as per your purpose. Balance or proportion. A balance has to be maintained between different components, mosses, forms, color, etc. of a garden. In a formal garden, this is achieved by balancing the quantity or by objects. Whereas in an informal garden, this can be achieved by planting a small mass of color in front of a large neutral mass. Overcrowding of plants or other garden features should be avoided. Next one is open center. The central area of the garden should be left out of any items of major interest. The best way to achieve this is to have a lawn which also gives an effect of largeness to the property. A specimen shrubs in the center of the lawn is unsuitable, as this counters the principle of spaciousness, but a tree branching at higher levels from the ground could be planted. Next is repetition. The repetition of or duplicating some features of a garden helps achieve rhythm, balance, and unity. So repetition is very much needed. It means if you are putting or installing one features of a garden, it should be again repeated at another place, so that you may be able to develop rhythm, balance, and unity in your garden. In a formal garden, generally the same feature is repeated, but for an informal design, this need not be so. Here one may repeat the color tone without disturbing the texture, form, or quantity. If there is a circular path, this can be repeated by having 2 or 3 consecutive circular shaped beds of annual flowers, hedges, and shrubbery border. Thus, though the shape is repeated, the variation in texture, color, and form ensure that the design doesn't look monotonous. Next is rhythm. A landscape designer should have an artistic sense to understand how to bring in rhythm in the design. Arranging the different elements absurdly without harmony doesn't enhance beauty. Harmonious lines, often artistically curved, bring in rhythm to the landscape. A group of shrubs in front of a rockery breaks the rhythm. Repetition of certain elements, such as form, enhances the rhythm. Last one is variety. To break the monotony in a garden, variety is essential. This is achieved by contrast of color, form, and texture. Planting of different seasonal flowers, all in red color, doesn't necessarily mean variety. Besides these, a design should be simple, easy to maintain, and provide comfort for inmates. Thank you.